Simon, welcome to B4. Good to have you here. Could you give us a bit of background about how you're working at the Career Boutique and what you've done before, and maybe a bit on your plans for the future?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for the invite for coming down. So my background's primarily in luxury yachting previously, so working with high-end profile clients, both in the build and speccing of super yachts, and then also on the marina side of things as well. And naturally, that sort of encompassed working with other luxury brands as well. So we worked with many of the luxury car brands and wines and spirits, sort of to develop high-end events to market and sell the vessels. I've joined the Career Boutique more out of a personal lifestyle choice. Met my wife about 5 years ago and started a transition to move away from lots of travel and move into Oxford, which obviously, being the furthest point from the sea, proves challenging to with not wanting to travel so much. So started to look for great companies to work with around here, and I've known Catherine for a few years, and she sort of said to me, we've got a business development role coming on, we'd love to have you come on board and join. So I've sort of come on in a multi-part role, primarily focused on business development, but looking at how we can grow the brand and interact and engage the great companies that we have in Oxfordshire.
And we featured Catherine in a previous edition of B4, and she was telling us about her plans for the future and looking to take somebody just like you on board. So it's good that she's finally ticked that box, and exciting times ahead, I'm sure.
Absolutely, and I think from the last issue she's probably done it in relatively record time, because it's not been too long since then, since that article. So no, things have definitely taken a step change since that last article with Catherine. The company seems to be doing incredibly well. We're working with fantastic brands in both the immediate area and further afield now as well, working with some clients in London as well. But I've come on board really, as I say, to grow that further and sort of interact and engage with all the great companies, Milton Park. You've got Culham Science Centre, which is not too far away as well, and there's many other businesses in the area that are seeing step change in their growth as well. Obviously there's lots of potential political uncertainty around in the future as well, but actually when we look at what's happening, businesses are still recruiting, they're still keeping to their plans as best they can, they still need people, and you know, we're there to support them in that growth.
Now, as part of one of our new initiatives, Oxfordshire Voice, we're looking at skills and difficulty in recruiting. What would you say, would you be your top three, sorry to put you on the spot, top three reasons for coming to live and work in Oxfordshire as you have now made that choice yourself?
Well, absolutely, and I think from a careers perspective, there are so many big, well-established organisations and the sort of smaller startups that are getting great funding for great new pieces of research that are being commercialised, whether that's through some of the companies in the science and technology sectors. So there's a great skills requirement in the area at the moment with that growth. I think a personal one that certainly I took is that actually it's a great place to live in terms of your welfare, your health. It's a great place, you know, the countryside and the green belt that we have around us as well, I think is a big attraction. And I think the third one, and you're definitely putting me on the spot now, would probably have to be, and it's an ironic one, but the housing. I think the quality of the housing that is going up around here and the available housing is around here, it is on the higher end. We know that living in Oxford and Oxfordshire is probably the most expensive area to live outside of London, but actually for many of the jobs that there are around in Oxford, they can support to an extent that living, and I think that you know the property available here is fantastic.
Well, given I'll put you on the spot, there's three great bits of PR there for Oxfordshire, so thanks for that. We'll take that forward. You know, we have canals here. They're not quite luxury ocean-going liners, but you can always try your hand at a few canal barges, maybe.
Absolutely. Well, I'm no dab hand at punting, but I'd always give it a go.
Of course. Brilliant. Well, lovely to see you, and good luck for the future.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.